Welcome back again to Pure Imagination Studio 1, where we're trying an experiment on making a Viking drinking horn, but in the dedication of St. Benedict. This is where we're at. I decided to paint the horn this time. I used a metallic black and a metallic bronze, and I made this really cool kind of a darker bronze, like an antique bronze. I went ahead and I painted the whole thing up. The color kind of matches with the St. Benedict symbols there, the medallions that I had put on there. The raven, I wanted to accentuate the heart that I had put in there. Little heart with the flame, it's kind of bright. I also had a hard time dealing with the bread in the raven's mouth. In the carving, it just wasn't showing up. So I went ahead and I used a pearl, mixed it with a little bronze, and I came up with the bread. It's kind of hard to see with the bright light. Maybe if I back up, you can see a little better. But it looks pretty good. I mean, it's a little bronzy. It wasn't the direction I wanted to go, but here we are. Ultimately, I learned a lot from this horn, especially with the painting, because when you paint grooves, you have to sand them as well. So you got to paint it, wipe off what you can, usually by your own hands, which it seems to be the best way. Let the paint dry in the grooves, and then you have to go back over and sand the whole darn thing just to get any indication of paint on the black areas that you don't want on there, which worked out pretty well, but you got to wash it several times. You got to make sure the paint dries before you do it, and it turns out to be this foggy color, chalky foggy color. But the nice thing about it is, I'll put a little water on here. When you wet it or when we gloss it, it gets really dark. So in the next video, I'm hoping to go ahead and coat the outside of this and just call it quits on the outside decorations. Now, I was in debate of either using the resin that I used on the inside, which is very glossy, you know, very, very pretty, lots of dust in there, or use a linseed oil. I think they called it stoved or cooked or something like that, but it's a linseed oil that you can put on it as well. It's got great preservative properties. I really debated on that. But apparently, if you're not watching what you're doing, the oil will spontaneously combust. So I need to do more research on that little detail. I want to be safe. Last thing I want to do is destroy my studio. So I'll be in debate about that. But until then, this is where we're at. I do know, however, is when I did this knot work here, I did a real basic knot because I wanted something on the trim. I drew that on the horn, and I did not use tape. And let me tell you, that is so much easier on my next horn. I will not be using masking tape and drawing on the masking tape and trying to cut through the tape and into the horn. That was a nightmare. So learned a lot from that. Anyway, just wanted to show you where I was at. So far, this is what's going on. Get a further away look. Maybe you can see a little better. It looks pretty cool. But anyway, thank you for watching. I do appreciate all your comments. And hopefully my next project, if I decide to do this again, will be a lot easier. Thank you for watching Pure Imagination Studio 1. Have a great day. God bless.